So this is Baruch Fleischman, lift manager for the T.K.E elevator Kollel, riding on this ball at 40 times the speed of a bullet. The sun right now is heading dark. It's getting darker and darker. That is, we are seeing less and less of it. These are the dark days. We are still in the constellation. The sun is still in the constellation of Kislev, and we are moving towards Tevis. So these Zohars that we've been reading, I've been having a little bit of trying to figure out what's going on, why are we seeing this Zohar, and why did the Zohar talk about the things that it's been discussing. Yesterday, the Zohars talked about how important it was for a person to match with his mate, engage in intercourse, and produce children. How important that is for a human being. And over here, we're going to get into a different part. Now, in the first few parshas of Toldos and going forward up until we got to here, the Torah was speaking about the Avos. It was speaking about Abraham. I get so high looking about Abraham, how he reached the planets and said that he transcended this world. It's unbelievable. And then coming to Yitzchak, and Yitzchak is Gevurah. So Avimelech comes with Pichol Saretz V'Av to beat him, and Yitzchak says to him, "Yeah, what do you want?" so to speak. And they're also all humbled by him because he's a powerful guy. Then Yaakov has to blend all different kinds of things and deal with Lavan and then deal with Esav, and we saw our parshas over here. Now here we're coming to Yosef. The fact that his brothers sell him. So what you have in the Avos that we see before is Abraham is Chesed, Yitzchak is Gevurah, and Yaakov is Tiferes, the blend of the two. But after that, in the structure which we are trying to work on different, would like to be able to get the Kollel into some more visual representation so that I could, but I don't know how to do it yet. So trying to learn how to, so that I could show a little bit of how things work in a graphic sense, because it'd be very, very helpful to understand what we're talking. The reason why I say that is because Yosef is Yesod. Yesod is an extension of Tiferes. It's in the middle line. It's the very bottom. We know, look at our own bodies. That's how you understand everything. Understand it for your body. So your body itself, the end of your body is your Yesod. And that's Yosef. So therefore, we talk about period about reproducing. And now we're going to talk about something else. So that's the thing I think that I begin to see. I haven't done this any more than anybody else. So basically, I'm seeing it for the first time and trying to understand the overall. So it says in this, I need to say that I'm really Mekoref to Breslov. And I want to thank Rabbeinu HaKodesh, Rabbi Nachman Ben for giving me the wherewithal to really stick with it and go into a part where I could be teaching the Zohar. So the Zohar says like this at the bottom of page Kuf Tez. If it said V'hi Hashem as Yosef, Hashem was with Yosef. V'hi Ish Matzliach, he was a person who was very successful. V'hi B'beis Adonov, and he was in the house of his master. Rabbi Yosef Pasuk, Rabbi Yosef began, he said like this, continuing the Zohar. Hashem Ohev Mishpat, Hashem loves righteousness. So he says, L'shalem La'ish Gemulo, so to give a person his reward. L'chein v'lo ya'azav es chasidov, so therefore he will never abandon his chasidim, those who are chasidic, the ones who, what's chasidim really mean? So it's from the root of his word chesed, those people who show chesed towards him or receive his chesed, all that whole business there, the olam nishmaro, they will always be guarded. V'hai kra ukumuhu ba'Abraham. So this pasuk, this particular, had been darshaned in a previous place in the Zohar. Pasuk zeh pirshuchem b'medrash el Abraham shachakodesh Boruch Hu azva b'kol eiz v'shamra. So the Medrash says that Abraham, this is really stated that Kodesh Baruch Hu protected Abraham. Lo azvu, he never abandoned him. B'kol eiz shamru, and in all times he was guarding him. Ki hakri hu, so he says like this, because there's the pasuk actually, he says the way the pasuk is read, hakri hu, as chasidov. This is the way that it's, which is in plural. It's not like there's a lot of people, like a group of people who are really close to Hashem. But it's actually not written that way. It's written without the yud. So without one of the yud. Yud, it's chaser, so we call this chaser, it's limited. Hamora al lashon yachid, which is actually means it's singular because chasidav is plural and chasido is singular. Behind the Abraham, so therefore we're talking about Abraham, shuhu ish chesed, who is the man of kindness. V'ho itmar, so it says over here, gavar lamado kain bemedrash v'lahalon mefarsha of Yosef, and later on we're going to explain it to have to do with Yosef. Now let's see how this goes, because remember, Yosef is Yisod. What does Yisod do? First of all, Yisod attaches itself to Malchus. And as a result of that, all the shefa that Yisod has can go to Malchus. What does Yisod look like? It looks like the end of the letter Vav. Because the Vav is Tiferes, it's the middle Yud, K, Vav, it's the middle between the two Ks. And it attaches itself eventually, or essentially builds actually the Malchus. Tochazi, the Zohar says, Ba Reiki lo rock as Abraham Shamar HaKadosh Baruch. It wasn't only Abraham that Hashem guarded. Because Asad the Tzedikaya Ozle Kudsha Barichu not alone, because any path that tzaddikim walk on, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu guards them. Lo Shavik Lom, and he never abandons them. Going on in the Zohar. David says like this, Gam ki ele beged samavas, even that I'm going to go into the valley of the shadow of death. The Matok says, Afilu im ele b'makom choshet b'sachana. So even if I travel to Afghanistan, I don't know. Even if I go to a place that's really dark, maybe the local bar, and dangerous. Now he says in the place the Kitzonim are in charge. B'chutz la'aretz, outside of the land. Lo ira b'mikra raw, nothing bad is going to happen. Ki ata imadi, because you are with me. Going on in the Zohar. He said, B'kol asid the tzedakaya ozli, in all the places that are tzeddikim go, shkinta ozla imahom, the shkinta goes with them. V'lo shavik lom, she's constantly mating with them. They are constantly like in oneness. Yosef also begat Samav. Yosef went to the valley of the shadow of death. And he wound up falling all the way down into Mitzrayim, which is that place of tremendous danger and darkness. But the Shekhinah went with him. Yosef Chalak begat Samavas. V'hariduhu the Mitzrayim. They eventually brought him down into Mitzrayim. V'hashchina chaysimo. This is what it's written. V'hi Hashem es Yosef, that Hashem was with Yosef. Begin to have imei shchinta, and because of the fact that the shchina was with him all the time, so he said Zohar, because ma the hava avid hava matzlach bidei, because everything that he did, he was successful with it. Zohar, the chafilu ma the hava biyadei hava tavel le ma'are begabna achra. So let's say he made supper, or he did anything for his master, and he had the finished product. Let's read the Mato. In other words, he already finished doing something that his master wanted. But then the Rav said, no, don't make it, broil it. I want it boiled. But it's already broiled. In his hand, it switched around. Lahaku gavna, to that one that wants. What he wanted, the gavna, the ru'usa, the mare, whatever it was, the flavor of the month, or the moment that his master wants, roy bay, that he would give it to him. That's what he really wanted. He gave him what he wanted, no matter when it was, and what condition it was in. Before that, bingo, he got it. So this is the pasuk, and over there it says in his master, he saw that Hashem was with him. V'kol asher hu osa Hashem matzliach, and everything he does, Hashem makes it successful. Yadu in his hands. And Mefarish explains why does it have to say in his hands? What's his hands got to do it? So he says matzliach b'yado vadai, but it means that he was successful using his hands. Shebiyado choya matzliach, in the sense ki nehafach hadavar b'yado keratzon rabba, because whatever he had accomplished, he could hold it in his hand. And I don't know if it means mamish in his hands or it just means it's a creation of his hands, that it would switch to whatever the master's desire was of the moment. So he says, so he says, furthermore, look at this. V'yeda Adonav ki Hashem ito lo chsev. So he doesn't say v'yeda Adonav, his master knew, ki Hashem was with him, lo chsev. That isn't written. Ela v'yar Adonav. Not that he knew, but he saw it. Sheba lahoros. He come to show us the high be'enoi chavachame ovada the disim becalled Yom B'Dekut B'Richu Avid B'Debidei. Because every single day he saw different kind of miracles that were happening by Yosef. That Yosef was able to do all kinds of things. It's like incredible. I couldn't believe it. Go on to the Zohar. But it says, on this it is written, Vayivarach Elohim as Beis HaMitzri B'Glal Yosef, that the house of the Mitzri was blessed because of Yosef. And it goes on, goes over. Kutra Barichu not alone the Tzedekah. So we said like this, that he said that Kodesh Baruch Hu, he guards the tzaddikim. He guards the tzaddikim. So he said, "Uviginechem not alone the rishaya," and because of them, but agav shmiras, and because of them, who shomer games shoyim. So if he's also guards the bad people. So like he was guarding Yosef, and Yosef at the same time had a hashpah that was bringing through the house, and as a result of that, even somebody really bad like Potiphar, he gets a blessing too. The Harishayim is Baruch Begehenna the Tzedekah. Because the bad people are blessed because of the tzaddikim. Kagav the Doch said because of this reason it's written, V'yavarach Hashem as base Oved Edom, so Hashem blessed the house of Oved Edom. Edom is the house of Esav. Hagati of Oved Edom Hagati ba'avur Aaron Elokim, because the Aaron of Elokim passed before it. This Oved Edom Hagiti, this whole thing is about Avodah Zarah, but the Oved Avodah Zarah, but those people bow down before the Aaron because the Aaron is blessing them even though they're bad. So he says, V'Omar Od, he says furthermore, Ki Tzedekaya Achronim Mizbarach Beginayhu, he says, Tzedikim Acherim, other Tzedikim, Mizbarachim B'Shvilim are blessed because of the bigger Tzedikim. Because they themselves are not able to get benefit from the schus that they have. Let's see what he says. They themselves, that is the tzaddik himself, he can't get the blessing that's going to other people. The rabbi says, Yom, he's a B'kol Yom, every day. Baskol Yotzes Bahar Chorev, a voice, an echo comes out from Sinai. V'omeres, and it says, Kola Olam Kula Dizona B'Shvil Chanida B'Bnei. The whole world gets sustenance. In other words, the blessing for the whole world comes down because of Chanina B'Nei. V'Chanina B'Nei, but B'Chanina B'Nei, Dailo B'Kav Cheruvim. It's enough if he has just a small amount of cherubs with the cherubs. Erev Shabbos, the Erev Shabbos from one Shabbos to the next. You just choose on it a little bit. We also find the same thing by Yosef. Yosef is Baruch Ma'areh Begine. Yosef, this Baruch Rabo, his Mavir Bishvilo, his master, we see over here, Potiphar, was blessed because of Yosef. V'yihu lo yachol he blessed his master, but he himself, he was so he wasn't able to free himself. He was able to bless his master. Everything went beautiful for the master, but he himself was not able to purchase his freedom. So for in his own schus, that he should be able to get out of and become free. Below, not only that, Ella the basar oil lay bebesa soho, but then after that they put him in prison. And this is the achar kachik nisa the besa soho kamadat armor, like you say like this. It said, ina bekevo raglo, so that they punished him with chains around his feet, with iron around his feet, barzel, ba nafsho. That's the way his soul was draped. Pirush as Yosef, they tortured Yosef. B'masha savo shal shlols shal barzel, they put chains of iron around his legs al raglov. Ada the basa kucher berichu apek le lechera, but the only afterwards who the Hashem bring him out to freedom. V'shalte I'll call Arad Mitzrayim, and he would be in charge then, and the king, let's say the ruler over all of Eretz Yisrael. Goes the Zohar. Begin kach Kislev, and for this reason it's written below Ya'azav as Chasidav la'olam. So that's the reason why it says, and he will never abandon those those the recipients and the giver of his kindness, the symbol of God's kindness, la'olam, ever. He will never abandon. La'olam nishmaro Chasidav, so he's Chasidav. So he says always, the Hashem will guard his kind one. Kislev, but it's written Chasida, not Chasidav. Kislev, ve'itmar v'lamdeina b'midrash shezeh romaz al Yosef Atzadik, and the midrash it lets us know that this is really referring to Yosef Atzadik. V'kucher berichu agein alaychu tzedikayas Hashem. We know that he shields the tzedikam, the alaychu the tzedikayah ba'al b'deim ba'al b'da'asi in this world and in the next world. Kodesh Boruch Hu Magain al Tzaddik b'olam hazeh v'olam haba. Dechsev yispechu kol choseh, that they will judge all of those who trust and have faith in you. They will all rejoice. Abach la'olam yaranenu, and forever they will sing and dance. V'sasek olemo, and you will have a shield for them. V'tagem alecha v'sishparei b'kol ra, and you will guard them from all the bad things, any bad things. And they will all be in joy, all of those who love your name. That's the Zohar for today. God bless you and have a wonderful day.